Hello, welcome to today's show. Now, I have done some LED upgrade videos before, and gosh, it's another one of those overly done things. But what I got going on here, I thought, well, so I guess it's a little bit of a philosophy. What these are, come on, man, get it up there. These say that they're 4800 lumen, and that's per LED. There are actually two of them in here package. We got a nice little manual that tells us how to plug them in. What these basically are is Cree units on both sides, and depending on it, should have an up and a down. Yes, it does. There we go. Typically they'll go in a particular way. Which ones are these? Putting these in a hybrid out there, and they go 9005s and H11s, but they're exactly the same unit. What it is they just put this different base on there. Now, the reason I like something designed like this is I think in the four-wheeler video where I upgraded it and I tested a couple different models, the one of the important parts to me, they're just to me, I have done enough computer work. I have toggled a bootstrap sequence in a PDP. I work with enough computers that I don't really trust the little fans, because you know they go bad and whatever. I prefer something like this, which is a passive heat radiator. It looks like just like some aluminum braid, some shielding, and this folds out of the way. It's got an aluminum, you know, housing here to do it. So all that's designed to just take the heat away, makes no noise. There's no bearings or anything like that to go bad. And what they tell you to do is just spread these braids out and fan them, because that's what lets the heat out, just like you'd expect. Now the LED unit in the four-wheeler video also used Cree, very similar. I think it was supposedly 2400 lumens. These different type of Cree, or there are different type of Cree. Instead of having the square ones, pull that up there. If I can get it to focus here. See, it's a little completely different unit, and the way it's made is, of course, heat sink out. It's supposed to work. We'll find out how well it works, how long it lasts, and whether or not it's actually 4800 lumens per. I would have probably bought more into 2400 twice, as they often do. A lot of times when you buy stuff like this, what you find is they'll do 9600 lumen. Well, these are not 9600 lumen, but between two of them, 48 and 48, works out to be 96. So that's what they're doing. No big deal. We'll put them in. Got plenty of room. The base, these bases are made obviously economically, so that they can swap out what type of connector they're going to need to replace the bulb. I mean, that's basically it. We'll go plug them in. I guess we'll do a before and after type deal, or maybe a left and right, but it actually draws a little less power than it's supposedly equivalent to what they say it was, 45 watts, and I think one of the two is actually a 65 watt job. We'll see how well it does. Worked pretty good so far. Go plug them in, see how they do. Okay, in the H11 they came with two sets of these, and what it does is let's see if I can get the top. There we go. The top, these things orient one way or the other, and basically this set sets the LEDs vertical, which when I put them in the automobile they weren't very bright, and the other set, the standard set, came come back that way, came where the LEDs were pointed outward. And that made a big difference on the amount of light that the units put out, because of the orientation of the emitter in the set. So if you put something like these in and they're not very bright, and you have the ability to rotate the LEDs in their position, that may have an effect. Definitely had an effect in this case. Brighter, certainly wider, and that I went ahead and put a set back in there just to compare it for the color, and they were quite a bit yellow and anemic looking, and in comparison I thought they were fairly white. Okay, it's the morning after, and with some light maybe we can see a little bit better. These models, like I said, were chosen because, let me find it right above, there we go, because they have passive heat sinks. And what that does is that means I just don't have to worry as much about a bearing going bad. These you splay out like that to give enough exposed, or as much exposed surface as you can, and you don't have to spread them to the end. But you do have to have room, obviously, to get them in there. There are objects like that reservoir that are pain in the butthole region. But as you put them in there, let's go to the other side. Okay. And down there, those are the resistors, the controllers, or the chips, whatever you want to call them. They are wire tied out of the way. See another one of the passive heat sinks, that shielding, that shielded cable. It's a new design for, I think, last year. And you see the other one in there. What you have to do is right next to that spot that says P3, we should be able to see just in that edge. Doggone, it's going to be hard to see. The big there it is. Finally got it in frame. See, right here is the edge of the bulb, the housing. It's a big space in the back. Now that could have just as well been fan right there, and it may have fit better. But again, with this type of design, you don't have to worry about the bearing going bad. Anyway, that's it. Okay, that is before. I don't know if the camera shows it, but it is quite a bit wider, quite a bit brighter. I can actually see across the field to the other set of tree line.